Good morning. As we step into a brand new week, there's a fresh energy in the air, and for many of us, that means a brand new weather story is about to unfold. Whether you're heading out for work, school, or just enjoying a quiet morning coffee, you'll want to pay close attention to what's coming. As we close out this mid-October weekend, a major weather shift is on the horizon. The calm, mild days we've enjoyed are about to give way to something much more dynamic and, for some, a little bit wild. A new storm system is brewing, set to impact the entire country from the Pacific Northwest to the Atlantic coast. This isn't just a local event, this is a coast-to-coast weather maker, and it's already showing up on satellite and radar as a swirling mass of clouds and energy. This isn't just a passing shower. Expect wind, rain, and a real autumn chill. For many, it'll feel like the true arrival of fall, with blustery winds sending leaves swirling and rain tapping against your windows. The system is powered by a deep dip in the jet stream, pulling cold air from Canada and spinning up a strong, low-pressure center. This setup is classic for this time of year, and it's what brings those dramatic swings in temperature and weather that we associate with October. This will drive dramatic weather changes from Monday through midweek. You'll notice the sky darkening, winds picking up, and temperatures starting to tumble as the system sweeps across the country. First, wind and mountain snow in the west, where higher elevations could see the first significant snowfall of the season. Ski resorts and mountain towns are on alert, and travelers should be prepared for slick roads and reduced visibility. Then rain and gusty winds sweeping through the plains and Midwest, bringing much-needed moisture to some areas, but also the risk of localized flooding and strong wind gusts that could down tree limbs and power lines. And finally, the East Coast will feel the brunt of the storm, with heavy rain, gusty winds, and a sharp drop in temperatures. From city streets to coastal beaches, everyone will need to keep an umbrella, and maybe a warm coat, handy. Each region will get its own taste of this storm, so timing will be key. If you have travel plans, keep an eye on the forecast and be ready for delays, especially at airports and on the roads. The headline? Wind. Gusts could top what we saw last weekend, causing travel issues and possible power outages. Utility crews are already preparing, and it's a good idea to secure any loose outdoor items around your home. After the wind, a significant cool-down is coming for the eastern half of the country. Overnight lows will dip into the 30s and 40s, and you might even spot some early morning frost on the grass. Time to swap those light jackets for something warmer. Dig out your scarves, hats, and gloves. It's about to feel a lot more like late October than early fall. Let's break down what to expect, day by day, so you can plan ahead and stay one step ahead of the storm. Monday kicks off with the storm hitting the Pacific Northwest. Seattle and Portland expect rain and gusty winds. Umbrellas and windbreakers are a must. In the Cascades and Rockies, snow will make for tricky travel over mountain passes. Winds in the mountains could reach 30 to 60 mph, making driving hazardous. By evening, the system pushes east, bringing showers to the Dakotas, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. The rain won't be heavy yet, but it's a sign the storm is on the move. Strong winds will already be a factor, especially in higher elevations. The high plains will end Monday with blustery northwest winds, dust, and a chill in the air. By Tuesday, a powerful storm system sets its sights on the heart of the country, targeting the central U.S. with a dramatic shift in weather. As the sun rises, ominous clouds gather, signaling the arrival of a significant change in the atmosphere. Residents from the Dakotas down to Texas wake up to the sound of distant thunder and the sight of darkening skies, bracing for what's to come. A sprawling cold front stretches all the way from the upper Midwest to the deep South, acting like a sweeping broom that clears out the warmth and ushers in a wave of much colder air. Along this front, scattered showers break out, sometimes heavy, and strong winds whip across open fields and city streets alike, making travel and outdoor plans a challenge for many. Major cities such as Chicago, Indianapolis, and Nashville are in the path of this system. Residents can expect periods of rain, sometimes brief but intense, followed by a sharp drop in temperatures. The day may start off relatively mild, but by afternoon, the chill sets in, catching many off guard as they head home from work or school. But the real story isn't just the rain, it's the wind. Powerful northwest gusts sweep in behind the front, rattling windows, bending trees, and sending autumn leaves swirling through the air. For anyone caught outside, it will feel much colder than the thermometer suggests, as the wind chill bites through layers of clothing. The upper Midwest and the Great Lakes region are especially hard hit, with relentless showers and winds that churn up the lakes and make conditions hazardous for boaters and farmers alike. Meanwhile, the Ohio and Tennessee valleys experience steady rain and a sudden blast of cold air, signaling the arrival of a new weather pattern. Even the deep south, usually spared from such dramatic swings, will notice the difference. Gusty, unsettled weather sweeps through, toppling lightweight lawn furniture and making even a quick walk to the mailbox an adventure. The air feels raw and unsettled, a reminder that autumn is in full swing. Ahead of the front, conditions remain deceptively mild, with sunshine and gentle breezes lulling people into a false sense of security. But as the front passes, the transformation is immediate. Cold air pours in, and the landscape shifts from calm to blustery in a matter of hours. By Tuesday morning, freezing temperatures grip areas from the northwest to the high plains. Farmers wake to frost-covered fields, and early risers bundle up against the biting cold, their breath visible in the crisp morning air. In the Mississippi Valley, the day begins on a milder note, with people enjoying the last remnants of warmth. But the change is coming fast, and by evening, jackets and scarves will be a must. This dramatic clash of temperatures, warm, moist air meeting a surge of cold, fuels the storm's energy, creating the perfect recipe for turbulent weather. The skies become a battleground, with clouds racing and winds howling as the system intensifies. By Tuesday night, the cold air surges even farther east, sweeping across cities and countryside alike. People bundle up against the chill, and by morning, frost glistens on lawns and rooftops. A clear sign that the season has changed and winter is drawing near. Wind is the headline of this storm. A tight pressure gradient means powerful gusts, starting in the west and spreading east. Monday 30-60 mph gusts in the mountains, then 30-55 mph across the plains. Tuesday the Midwest, Ohio Valley and Appalachians get blasted. Cities like Minneapolis, Chicago, and Cleveland will feel it. Expect scattered power outages and flying debris. By Tuesday night and Wednesday, the Great Lakes, Northeast, and Mid-Atlantic get their turn. Wind chills will make it feel even colder than the thermometer reads. Let's pinpoint the worst of the wind. High plains, late Monday into Tuesday, Montana to Nebraska, gusts up to 55 mph, dangerous for drivers and reduced visibility. Tuesday, Midwest and Ohio Valley, including Chicago, Detroit and Columbus, brace for 30-50 mph gusts. Secure outdoor items. These winds can turn anything loose into a projectile. Tuesday night into Wednesday. Great Lakes, Northeast and Mid-Atlantic get a final surge of strong winds. Buffalo and Cleveland could see enhanced lake effect showers. The I-95 corridor will be blustery and cool. By Thursday, winds finally ease for most, but the chill lingers. Stay alert for changing conditions. The wind machine finally winds down by week's end. By Wednesday, the storm pulls into Canada, but its effects linger across the east. The Great Lakes and interior Northeast see lingering showers and even some wet snow at higher elevations. Lake effect rain and snow showers will keep upstate New York and western Pennsylvania damp and chilly. Winds remain strong, making it feel colder than it is. The Carolinas to New England, mostly dry, but windy and cool. Morning lows in the 30s and 40s, with highs struggling to reach the 50s and 60s. Some spots may see their first frost of the season. The storm's chill will be hard to miss. The storm's biggest impact? A major cool down. Cold air from Canada spills south, dropping temperatures 10-20 degrees below average. Monday and Tuesday, the Northwest feels the chill first. By Thursday, cold high pressure settles in from the Mississippi Valley to the East Coast. Morning, lows in the upper 30s and low 40s, even in big cities. Highs in the 50s and 60s. More like November than October. The chill sticks around for a few days before a slow warm-up. Time to break out the sweaters and turn up the heat. By Thursday, the storm is gone, but cold air dominates the east. Morning temps in the 30s and 40s bring widespread frost, cover sensitive plants. Most see clearing skies, but the Great Lakes region gets lingering lake effect rain and wet snow. Sunshine returns elsewhere, but it's a crisp, cool sun. Highs in the 50s for the Northeast and Midwest, 60s further south. It's brisk and refreshing, if you're dressed for it. The chilly pattern lasts through Friday before a gradual warm-up. Enjoy the crisp autumn air. Fall is here in full force. With active weather ahead, it's important to be prepared and know how to stay safe. Storms can bring strong winds, heavy rain, and even sudden drops in temperature, so taking a few simple steps now can make a big difference later. Start by securing any loose outdoor items. Patio furniture, grills, and garbage cans can become dangerous projectiles in high winds. Bring in anything you can and tie down what you can't. This not only protects your property, but also helps keep your neighbors safe. If you can, avoid driving during the worst of the storm, especially when winds are at their peak. High-profile vehicles like vans, trucks, and SUVs are especially vulnerable to being pushed or tipped by strong gusts, so it's best to stay off the roads if possible. If you absolutely must drive, make sure to keep both hands firmly on the wheel and reduce your speed. Wet roads and strong winds can make driving conditions unpredictable, so give yourself extra time and space to react. Dressing in layers is key to staying warm and comfortable. Start with a base layer to wick away moisture, add a cozy sweater for insulation, and top it off with a windproof jacket to block out the chill. This way, you can adjust your clothing as conditions change. Don't forget your hat and gloves. Most body heat escapes through your head and hands, especially when it's windy. Scarves and warm socks are also great for keeping the cold at bay, so make sure everyone in your family is bundled up before heading outside. At home, check your heating system to make sure it's working properly, and seal up any drafts around doors and windows. Weather stripping and draft stoppers can help keep the warm air in and the cold air out, making your home more comfortable and energy efficient. It's also a good idea to have an emergency kit ready in case of power outages. Stock it with essentials like flashlights, batteries, bottled water, non-perishable food, and any medications you might need. Don't forget to include blankets and a battery-powered radio to stay informed. Remember, a little preparation goes a long way. Check in on neighbors, especially those who may need extra help, and work together to make sure everyone is ready for whatever the weather brings. By taking these steps, you can stay safe, stay warm, and even find ways to enjoy the week ahead, no matter what the storm brings.